What's up, guys? It's Simon. Um, so I was cutting the grass today, and I don't know if you can see it, but this was where our fairy patch was, and it was left to grow wild and everything. And last week the town came and cut the grass because we didn't have gas to cut it, um, and it got long, so they came and cut it and everything. And they had their weed whacker, so they cut this down too. They didn't mow it down, but they did cut it down with the weed whacker. And the fairy were devastated. I was devastated. Um, so I smudged it with a sage and lavender smudge wand to cleanse the energy of them tampering with it. And then I went over again with thyme, one of the fairy herbs, and also of courage. And I don't know if you can see it, but it's actually brighter green and taller than the rest of the grass. So they definitely, haven't left me yet. And I wanted to show you that real quick. So, yeah, that's it. Just a quick video. Bye. You see that big piercing bright light? That's the goddess. Right there in perfect sight. Over here, you can see that's not the sun. That's a street light. The sun's over here. Yeah, the god is setting for the day, letting the goddess rule the night. So beautiful. So this is the remains of the spell I did for Willow's baby bee. Her little cat had, I believe she said surgery today. I'm hoping I'm using the right word. Willow, if it's wrong, feel free to correct me in the comments below. But, yeah, I wanted to show you the end of it. Look, that's the hole where the candle was. It literally burned it all the way down. So awesome. And it charred the edges. Oh. Stuff like this happens in all my spells. Always something really stand out like this. It's so awesome to know your magic works, to see results, like with the fairy circle and with the spell for the cat. It's really amazing to see that. Yeah. I mean, it's really simple too. All it was my, oops, here we go, my witch's salt, which obviously doesn't look like the typical witch's salt. My witch's salt is popularly known as 7-day salt. You can look it up. It's pretty self-explanatory. And then it has sand mixed in with the salt. It's mostly sand. I don't know if you can tell, but that brown stuff, that's the sand. And I mixed it up with my little mixing stick that I put in my... Oops, well, I just dropped it. But this is where I put out all the matches. I just snuff them out in there. And this is what I use to carve candles. Oh, you didn't see it. This is a blackthorn pin, also known as a witch's pin. I don't know if you're seeing that. And that stick that I dropped was the mixing stick that I mix things in when I'm doing spell work. And, yeah, as you can see, these are pine needles. These are the long ones. And I put them in between each of the ginger root pieces that I laid across the edges. And under that, this is cedar wood chips. And, so I carved, his name in the candle with the word health with my witch pin. And then I put it in, well, I anointed it with, protection oil, my protection oil, and with Natural Magic Shop's Bast oil, so that way he'd be protected. And so as I was saying, I anointed it with Bast oil after carving his name and the word health in their candle, and that was after the protection oil. And the cedar wood was in reference for protection as well, but also to call on my patron Viols, who helps with animal works, especially medicine and stuff like that, and a bunch of other stuff, but in this case I was just referring to animals and medicine. And these were pine needles. I don't remember if I said this in the first part, but pine needles, cedar wood, ginger root pieces, and underneath is a mixture of sand and salt, topped off with cedar wood chips. Yep, so I really hoped it helped him, Willow, so not that I need feedback, but I really do hope it helped him. I'm sure it did, because with something this powerful showing in it, I'm really excited. So I'm sure he's fine. Blessed be darlings. Um, oops, hold on. So this is, I don't know, like a little dish thing, and I filled it up with sand, and I stick these two things in here that I showed you in the previous clip, and I snuff out my matches in here. So that's it. Blessed be my dear witchlings.